Chris Wallace here, advisor to men, with another version of ATM News. I want to talk to you about Movember. In fact, I want to call this the Movember Blues. Here's why. If you think male health charities, mental health services, or even the spaces we gather in are still designed for us men, think again. I'm going to tell you why we're losing ground and how you can be part of reversing it. Let's look at Movember. Started by a couple of guys trying to support the Prostate Cancer Foundation. I mean, that charity's grown. They raised 137 million last year alone. I mean, I've had more than one colonoscopy watching the screen too, and I appreciate the mission. I've seen them do the little snips. But today, Movember is run by Michelle Terry, a woman. And like most bureaucracies, it's been feminized. Sure enough, she's been directing, I just found out recently, she's been directing some of that money away from men's health and towards women's charities. Why? Because in her mind, that's fair. I don't think she can help her egalitarian self. It's the nature of the feminized bureaucracy. So let's talk about male suicide reality. Here's why this matters. A 2021 study from Manchester found that over 90% of the men who had died by suicide had reached out to mental health professionals beforehand. Well, here's the reality about that field. Most mental health workers are women. So if a guy does as he's told and reaches out when he's in trouble, chances are he's a woman. Well, let me ask you, do women understand male disempowerment? In my experience, no, they don't. In fact, I don't think nature would allow them to. Women evolved to see men as either boys, powerful defenders, or expendable. They're not drawn to needy men, and they may even avoid men with needs. Well intended, I'm sure. Let me talk about the loss of male spaces, too. We used to have sanctuaries, clubs, taverns, service organizations where guys can go shoot the shit with other guys, even boardrooms where men could speak plainly and challenge each other without fear of social shaming. We had all-male fraternal orders, sports leagues that were about competition rather than inclusion, and scouting that taught boys to be men. Now, quotas forced boardrooms to change. California even passed a law requiring all publicly traded companies to have women on their boards. That was struck down in the courts, but the mentality is still there. The Boy Scouts of America opened its doors to girls. How can that be? On paper, local dens can still be one gender, but at the pack level, it's mixed. We've lost spaces where iron could sharpen iron, where men could mentor each other, test each other, and form bonds that build resilience. And every time we lose one of those spaces, the message is the same. Male only is no longer acceptable. Arnold Toynbee wrote that civilizations decline when their creative minority becomes complacent and turns into a dominant ideological minority. That's where we are now, and it's dangerous. But let me just explain Team Human in case we haven't gone over this recently. For hundreds of thousands of years, men and women complemented each other. There's nothing in it for nature to make us the same. She's the burdened female and precious creator of life. He's the expendable male and powerful defender of life. That's not theory. It was survival. It's how nature set it up. She carried the next generation, invested in nurturing, and guarded the hearth. She's nature's designated caregiver. He took on the dangerous tasks, hunting, building, defending, often at great personal risk. We advanced as a species because we honored those roles and balanced each other's weaknesses. Men build cultures and women stress test them on behalf of everybody. Civilization flourished when men had clear duties, respect, and brotherhood, and when women had protection, provision, and the security to raise children. But you strip men of their spaces, erode their role, and you break the balance. That's what's happening now. And if we don't rebuild structures for men, the cost won't be just to men, it will be to society as a whole. If you're tired of isolation, tired of feminized spaces that don't speak to you, I want you in my corner. Fill out my quick 4-question Summer 2025 survey. You'll get an invitation to join my Defender Board of Directors, a squad of men who have your back online and off. The link's in the first comment. Click it, fill it out, and let's get to work. Stay powerful, true and free.